So I recently did a YouTube short talking about Shanks using Divine Departure. In that video, I just did like a quick little highlight, obviously because it's a short, and in this video I wanted to go a little bit more in depth about why I chose that particular topic. And if you guys want to watch that short, I will leave it in the description below. But we know what happened with that interaction. Shanks, he made kids sleep with the fishes, and that all happened in chapter 1079. I'm trying to debate whether or not that interaction was a fluke or not, because on one hand, Shanks, he has showcased a lot of impressive stuff. The little that we've seen, he has proven why he is such a feared pirate on the sea. On the other hand, it is such a small sample size, you really don't know if Shanks is going all out when he displays what he has done, or if he's actually holding back. Are we just overhyping him, or is he just that strong? I wanted to talk about that today. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about why people consider Shanks to be the strongest. I want to start out by saying I am not a Shanks hater. Okay, maybe a little bit of the live action, that could have just been a really bad shot, but he did not look that good. I do think some of his fans can be a little bit obnoxious, but at the same time, what fans aren't a little bit biased and a little bit annoying towards their favorite character. I love whenever Shanks is on the screen. Anytime he is reintroduced into the story, I always want to make a video about it, because more likely than not, he's doing something really impressive. And I'm not afraid to say it, I am 100% a Mihawk stan. I like him more than Shanks, and I have a little bit of bias in my judgment because I personally think that Mihawk is stronger. Now, whether or not that debate is true or not, that's a story for another day, and even if he is stronger or he isn't, it's not by much, but still thought I had to bring that up so you guys know where I stand on that topic. I want to talk a little bit about Shanks's bounty, because from everything that he's displayed, albeit a small sample size, I firmly believe his bounty should be higher than what it is. And yes, bounties, they are not all about just strength, it's about how dangerous you are to the world government. But besides Luffy, because he's the main character, who has more influence than Shanks does? Doflamingo, Big Mom, Kaido? Because besides Doflamingo, and I think that argument can be made because he still has ties to Celestial Dragon in him being a former one, who else can just have casual meetings with the 5 elder planets like it's nothing? And you don't even have to get me started about his connections and how he's related to the Figureland family, which I may do a video about in the future. I'm one of those individuals who believe that Yonkos and Admirals are close. If you had a gun to my head, which one am I picking? I'm probably going to pick that the Yonko are slightly stronger. I think that they could beat each other up on any given day depending on what the matchup is and the situation. I do think there are a few exceptions, or some characters who don't have the title of a Yonko or an Admiral who can fight on the same level as them. I think those individuals are Mihawk, Garp, and Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, and Dragon. Like I said, they don't have the title of Yonko and Admiral, but I do think that they are able to fight, able to go against and compete against Yonkos and Admirals. I do think that there are some Admirals and Yonko that are slightly weaker than the bunch, and those would include Big Mom and Green Bull. Thinking about how close these characters are portrayed, the more and more this series progresses, the more that different individuals showcase their strength, the more I'm thinking that Shanks might just be in a tier of his own. What leads me to believe this? I think there are 2.5 feats that I want to mention. The half comes from Film Red, although it's a movie that isn't canon, it kind of is. And the feats I want to talk about include his hockey versus Green Bull, Divine Departure, and his display of strength in Film Red. I want to talk about his hockey versus Green Bull and what he displayed in Film Red first, because they kind of go together, and then I will talk about Divine Departure a little bit later when I bring up Big Mom. From what we've seen, Shanks probably has the strongest hockey in the series. When Luffy was at Fishman Island and he knocked out 50,000, it was stated that Shanks could knock out 100,000. And I think in Film Red, it proved why that statement is true. His normal conquerors, it caused the tides to go chaotic, and it even brought some Vice Admirals to their knees. And that was him just using normal conquerors. Look at what happened in his interaction against Green Bull. Against Green Bull, he used advanced conquerors. Now, it may have been just regular conquerors conquerors, but we also see the black lightning that happens whenever somebody uses an advanced version of it. So take what this statement is with a grain of salt. I'm not really sure which one is, but if I was a betting person, I'd say it was advanced conquerors. But Shanks caused an admiral to leave because of his overwhelming conquerors. He did it all from the shore. I think the anime does a really good job of showcasing how far away Shanks actually was. We've never seen anyone use conquerors from such a distance. I want to talk a little bit about the difference between Big Mom and Shanks in fighting Kid. I think the difference is one underestimated him and one didn't. We're gonna take a little bit of a timeout here. I want to talk about the difference between anime and manga really quickly. The anime, it is an adaptation of the manga, so for the most part everything is one-to-one. At the same time, the manga author in Oda, he does have a say of what is included in the anime and what isn't, because obviously you can only portray so much when it comes to drawing, and the anime, it's their job to flesh out what was missing or left out in the manga. A really good example of this is Bleach: The 1,000-Year Blood War arc. The reason why Ururu, the whole arc is about the Quincy's, and he didn't really have such a prominent role in the manga, and the anime is fixing that by having some anime exclusive scenes that was left out when Kubo originally wrote the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I think Oshinoko does a fantastic job of portraying how manga authors are involved when it comes to different productions like animes and live action, and I think whenever season 2 is adapted, that's the arc that really highlights that the most. An example of a quote change is probably Zoro versus King. A lot of people believe that the fight was sort of underwhelming in the manga, however in the anime they fleshed out that fight a lot more, and it's probably the most popular fight in One Piece at the moment. A lot of people believe that King in the anime is his proper representation that wasn't expressed as well in the manga. I agree, this is how I envision King, the right hand of the world's strongest creature in Kaido, should have been. And at the same time, you could say the same thing happened for the fight between Kid and Law versus Big Mom. In their fight, Big Mom underestimated these two supernovas, and by the time she started taking the fight seriously, fighting back using advanced conquerors, it was too late. They had already overwhelmed her to the point where they knocked her off of Onigashima. No matter your stance on it, I was a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, it's her fault for underestimating these two and not taking them seriously from the beginning. Looking at the difference in what Shanks did, he didn't underestimate Kid. He saw a future where Kid's damn punk would cause massive damage, and he dealt with it before anything bad could happen and defeated him. Now I will say he attacked somebody that he wasn't prepared to take that blow. He was somewhat unguarded. Look at a boxing example. If Mike Tyson went 100% against another boxer without them trying to block his attack, Mike Tyson is probably 100% knocking them out. And the same thing can be said for here. If Kid had reacted fast enough, could he have withstood the attack? Probably so. You can hate on Kid all you want, but he's 1000% a top 20 strongest character in the series, and Shanks easily destroys someone with a 3 billion berry bounty. To put that into perspective, Kid is tied with Luffy in Law with the 9th highest bounty ever recorded in One Piece. Even though that he wasn't prepared to take that attack head on, let's not act like Kid doesn't have some insane durability feats. Him getting punched by Big Mom and surviving that onslaught whenever Misery was wailing on him, that's impressive. It just might showcase that Shanks is just on a whole nother level. What's crazy about all of this is I'm not even sure if this was Shanks' strongest attack. Can we say with 100% certainty that he went all out in this attack? The answer is no. Was it 50, 70, 100%? I have no clue. I did a poll where I asked people who they believe was stronger, Shanks or Roger, and Roger won. If you guys want to be included in different polls that will be involved in the video, make sure you guys vote on the next one. What Shanks displayed here, not even going all out, at least that's what I believe that he didn't, it's pretty freaking scary. What happens whenever he goes all out? To me, this is exciting for not just Shanks, but other individuals as well. How far off is he compared to legends like Roger, like Whitebeard? He clashed against Akainu, and neither of them used name attacks, and Akainu had just finished fighting against Whitebeard. He was weakened, but still, that would have been a great matchup. Ben Beckman, he's relative to Shanks, so what is the difference in their strength? Mihawk fought against him. If Shanks is considered such a monster, that just means that Mihawk is equally, if not better or slightly weaker than Shanks. There's so much to look forward to when Shanks and other top tiers go all out, especially now that it's confirmed that the Straw Hats are headed towards Elbaf in the next arc. From the small sample size that we've gotten, Shanks has definitely impressed. I think that there is a considerable difference between what Big Mom displayed and what Shanks displayed. It really opened my eye. And I'm thinking, why does Shanks have a lower bounty? He's stronger, he has more influence, and he has a more well-rounded crew. It may be because she's been on the seas longer, she was with the Rock Pirates, I don't know. I'm not a Shanks meat writer whatsoever, but he just might be in a league of his own compared to the other Yonko. We'll just have to see in the future if that is indeed true. But let me know how you guys feel about Shanks in the comment section below. Do you guys think he is the strongest character in this series? And if he is, by how much would you compare him to different legends that died in the past? But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.